Let me see. Spoke about Burnley Tottenham, that one postponed. Talked about Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Norwich Wolves, Brighton Leeds. We talked about Brentford Everton. And we're going to keep it moving. Leicester City, Watford in the snow, in the thick snow. As I said earlier, the first half, it was falling down. It was falling down. But not so heavy as the second, though. And to make matters worse, they did not even clear the field during the halftime break. They actually put the sprinkles on. I don't know if it was warm water or something, but they put the sprinklers on. And it was really bad in the second half, man. Watching the game, I could hardly see the ball. I could hardly see the players. It was just nasty. I think it did affect the game, but they say, you know, you have to adapt to your conditions, and the team that adapt to the conditions the best would actually walk away with the 3 points, and Leicester did so. I did predict Watford to win the game. After all, man, they're coming off of a emphatic 4-1 victory against United. So Leicester did beat United too. But still, man, beating United like that, I thought they were actually going to put on a better performance, but they didn't, though, so it's okay. So Ranieri, back to the King Power for the first time since he helped them to that title, and he got sacked the following season. Listen, man, football is a ruthless game. Football is a ruthless game. Ranieri should have actually still been the manager of freaking Leicester City after what he did. You feel me? Not in a million years you thought Leicester could have won the Premier League. But they got one. And what they ended up doing? Still sacked the manager. Still sacked him. And I could remember they got to the quarterfinal of the Champions League the next season, but didn't do too well in the league. Got sacked. You feel me? Wow. Talk about ruthlessness. You talk about what Leicester did to Claudio Ranieri. So look, man, 16th minute. Johnny Evans with a long ball, basically to no man's land. I think it was a speculative ball. And William Troost Ikong, the Nigerian international, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he allowed the ball to either go over his head or he thought it was going to hit the back of his head and go to the keeper. It did not hit him. It didn't. He got that one really wrong, and it was an embarrassing decision made by the big defender there. And he actually allowed James Maddison to run in behind and put it past the goalkeeper Bachmann. And I was like, God damn, what an awful way to go behind, though. Because I think Watford started the game really well. And that was more against the run of play than anything there for Leicester City. So, horrible way to go behind, definitely. So, 29th minute, Wilfred Ndidi did foul Emmanuel Dennis, who's been a menace for other teams. Oh, I didn't really mean to say Dennis the Menace, but yeah, it came out like that. But he's been a menace, though. He's been involved in a lot of the goals scored by Watford so far this season. And he even bagged one himself on the day, which was very, very good. We'll get to that. But he was brought down, and Josh King stepped up to equalize for Watford. But the lead didn't hold. The scoreline didn't hold, I mean. Scoreline didn't hold for very long as Jamie Vardy put one in the back of the net. It was a long ball played down by Leicester, and Watford didn't deal with it properly. Maddison had it, and we needed to see Maddison step up after, you know, Tielemans picked up that injury. And Maddison has not been good at all in 2021. And this is the best he's played for a very, very long time. He was really good in the game, picking up a goal with 2 assists. And that dink pass to Jamie Vardy, making that really, really smart run behind the Watford defenders. Trusty Kong, I don't know what he seems like he's sleeping or something. And he just dinked the ball over the out-rushing keeper, Bachmann, in the back of the net. 2-1 to Leicester. Very good goal by Jamie Vardy. And we know how good he's been, especially since he's hit the age of 30. He's been banging them in for fun. He did get a second goal as well. Maddison corner. Vardy attacking it really ferociously at the near post and flicking it on with his head over to the far post. Loopy header. And nestled into the back of the net. 3-1 to Leicester. And I think by the time it got to 3-1, it was pretty much game over if you ask me, though. Look, Watford made a change. João Pedro came on at the start of the second half, and the snow was heavier. That's what I wrote down. Snow heavier in the second half than it was in the first. And it just kept on getting heavier and heavier and heavier. I don't think I've watched a football game with so much snow before. Like like what happened in this Leicester-Watford game. The City West Ham game in the first half, it was really bad as well. But it was fun. You know what I'm saying? It was really fun watching though. And as a TV spectator, it wasn't much fun, but still, in terms of seeing the ball, but it was just nice to see something different. You see what I mean? It was like something from the fairy tale. Something from what you call those things again? A snow globe. You see what I mean? That's how it looked. So 49th minute, good break by Chuko Hernandez, but his pass to King, and it was wasted. Really good opportunity there for Watford to get back in the game early in the second half, but that was squandered. And the goal came in the 61st minute. Confusion, though. Very confusing goal, because watching the game, you can't really see nothing. You don't even know what happened. But Emmanuel Dennis stole the ball from Castagna. And when you look back at the replay, it was legally done. Ran to the goalkeeper and really cheeky move, man. Faked and a chip. And Watford back in the game. 3-2. VAR had to get involved. But on replay, you could actually see that it was a legal tackle. Very good stuff by Emmanuel Dennis. If he keeps on playing like this, who knows, man? He might be Man United striker next season. See what I'm saying? Never know. You never ever know, man. You never know. So 68th minute, there was a 50-50 challenge. Marcina stayed on the ground. Play continued. And Luke Thomas, he got in a really good pass to Harvey Barnes, who had came off the bench. Both players came off the bench. And really good pass to Lookman, who put it into the back of the net to score Leicester's fourth. Ozan Tufan did get an opportunity to make it 3 for Watford late, but he poked it wide. The game ended 4-2 for Leicester. 6-goal thriller in the snow. Very, very entertaining stuff. But Leicester, I think, is a well-needed win for them, man, because they've been rather horrible this season, though. Very, very slow start. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I should say very slow start, because now they go up to 10th place, and it's not looking too bad, right? 5 wins, 5 L's, 3 draws, not looking too bad at all. But Watford, I expected them to do a lot better here. They've been really inconsistent. They had a win, 2 losses, a win, now a loss. And the fixtures aren't getting easier. You see what I'm saying? They're not getting easier. They do have 13 games, 13 points. If they do continue like this, they will survive. I think 38 points would actually secure safety for you. But you don't want it to get down to the wire, man. You really don't want it to get down to the wire. You want to actually get to the 38 match with, you know, giving youngsters opportunities from the academy and things like that. So look, Ranieri, not a good return to the King Power, but well-needed win for Brendan Rodgers and his boys there. They cracked the top 10. And remember, last 2 seasons, they were in the top 4 for the entirety of the seasons and still did not get Champions League football. So they will be hoping that they could take the harder route by working their way up the ladder, up the table, and going through the back door and actually getting Champions League football that way, because they're not far off from the likes of Arsenal and West Ham there on 23 points. That's only, 5 points separating those teams, and 2 games, bam, Leicester could be in the top 4 of the Premier League table very, very soon. So for Leicester, their next game is against Southampton on Wednesday. You could remember 2 seasons ago, they put 9 past Southampton. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but you never ever know, man. Southampton's they're a very weird team, very very weird these days, and you know I thought they were gonna get 9 versus Liverpool too, but Liverpool actually took their foot off the gas. So for Watford, the Hornets, who do they play next? It's not looking good. They got Chelsea, London Derby, and then they have Manchester City there. Listen, Watford against City is the most one-sided fixture you could think about, man. It gets really, really ugly. Really ugly when it comes to Watford versus City, man. Really, really ugly. Really ugly. And let me see if I get something for you really quick for that game. Let me see if I find that game really quick. And I'll let you know exactly what happened the last few times Watford met Manchester City, right? All right, so look, Watford versus Man City, right? The last 10 games, dating all the way back to 2016, have been all losses for Watford, right? The last time they played City, a 4-0 loss. Before that, an 8-0 loss. The final of the FA Cup back in 2019, 6-0, you know, in an FA Cup final at Wembley. 6-0, 3-1, 2-1, 3-1. There was a 6-0 in 2017, and earlier in 2017, there was a 5-0. 12 Premier League matches, Man City have scored 38 goals to Watford 5. 10 wins, 2 draws. Absolutely one-sided, and I'm expecting it to be one-sided again come next weekend. So yeah, Watford I think it's going to be a struggle for them, but they could just survive. But they might fire another manager this season. I won't put it past them. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't.